What's up, fellow clashers? It's Apollyon here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing war recaps again. They're going to be real brief war recaps. The WHF2 leaders and we all want to go ahead and continue to promote WHF2, and it's a good way to just do a quick summary of our wars, especially ones where we're facing really good clans, which we have been so recently. Haven't had a real farm war in about a month or even more. I don't know. It's been a long time. So anyway, we'll get into it. It's going to be a real brief with just focusing on one Town Hall 11. We're going to focus on Town Hall 10v11. We're going to focus on possibly a Town Hall 11 dip. And I'd like to get one 10v10 and then 9v9. So just either 3 or 4 attacks. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this. Looking at WHF2 randomly matching with ByeForever. Those of you familiar with ByeForever is a very, very good clan. And you could see it was actually a lot closer than it looks. We just struggled with the Town Hall 10v11 hits and the Town Hall 11 dips down to Town Hall 10. So I think we had one extra Town Hall 11. They had one extra Town Hall 10. So anyway, for those of you that don't know ByeForever, there you go. You can check it out, put it on pause, see who they are, just to go ahead and give you an idea of they had 32 3 stars. We had 29. And we'll just go through all. I think all of the bases were 2-starred as far as Town Hall 11s, and then we missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Town Hall 10s. And as far as them, they were able to triple one of our Town Hall 11. No, actually 2 of our Town Hall 11s, which really made the difference. So just really good job. Props to them. And then I think they had some decent 10v10s. That's not. There's one 10v10. And I think this is another 10v10. And that's it, I believe. Oh, and then another 10v10. So either 3 or 4 10v10. So that's what really made the difference. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into some of the attacks on our side. I'm going to go ahead and show the let's do a 10v11. Let's find the one of the highest percentages. Okay, so we'll go ahead and look at this, a 10v11 hit. Using bowlers and valks and a stone entry with 3 golems. So using just a quake to loosen up or lower the hit points of that Eagle Artillery Town Hall. So when they get in there, they sometimes it's 1 or 2 hits that makes or breaks that Town Hall. So we're starting the funneling, coming in at 9 o'clock with 1 golem to tank, and then some bowlers to do the funneling. And again, I think this was not a fresh hit. I could be wrong. It might have been a fresh hit, but I don't think it was. We've done the same thing on the 6 o'clock side, bringing in a golem with the bowlers to funnel. And that's what their job is just to funnel these troops, get them in the middle, towards the middle, and then we can drop the king and valks in there and start cleaning up and getting into that town hall. As you can see, that happens. They're getting targeted by the Infernos, but they do get both the Eagle and the Town Hall. And then it's whatever they can get after this to get the extra percentage. That is what you're going for. First and foremost, getting that 2-star secure, and then anything on top of that with percentage is gravy. Okay, we'll look at... I'm not going to show 11... Let me see if we have one. I think, yeah, ads. We'll show a dip real quick, and we'll put it in 4 times speed. I like this because it was a mass lune, using that haste to get in there and take out some of those defenses. Dropping the king up at the 9 o'clock, and this it's not really a suicide queen. It's not getting the queen, so it's just about spamming these loons and hounds in here, and then just using the spells to make them go around the base and take care of all those defenses, and then getting taken care of. Makes it look a lot easier than it is. It's definitely not that simple, but very well good job by Ed. All right, just a couple more. I wanted to show a 10v10. We didn't actually have a 10v10 successful, except look at that, 99%, which is not a 3-star, but you know what? It was a really, really nice attack. I want to give props out to this because multifaceted attack, tons of wall breakers, different phases of the attack. So we're using the queen walk, or actually a queen charge, to come in at 6 o'clock. I was the first one to be able to scout this base and hit that with for the Town Hall 10s, and wall breaks with the first set of wall breakers to get in. And this, the deal is, or the goal is, to get into that second compartment where the bomb tower is with those wall breakers. So definitely skeptical about it, but fortunately my scout was at least letting him show where the wall breakers. So this is why he brings 10 wall breakers to get in there, and needs all those rages for the queen and the dragon portion. So there goes the first rage down on the queen to get through that inferno and the expos and whatever else, the king, and then drops those wall breakers with an under rage, which are going to break through that second compartment, so he gets what he wants accomplished. And then he's going to use his king to start funneling up at the 9 o'clock in just a second. It's gonna trigger the clan castle. We'll deal with that without with very little defenses that are focusing on that queen. I think it's just the expo. There's a cannon too, so it's not the most optimal, but it is what it is. So we've got that first dragon that's going to come in at 7 o'clock, and it's pretty much going to eat a seeking air mine in just a little bit, but deploy the rest of the loons, or I'm sorry, the rest of the dragons in there. It does have a few back end or front end or whatever end loons whenever he needs them after this first set was dropped in, and they're going to make their way quite decently around the base, especially with that king tanking all the way up. Still making their way through. That queen is still alive as well with ability, which is fantastic. Has already dealt with that clan castle, and we do not have any more rages, but we do have a queen ability, and I really blame this attack on the queen. The queen should have come down after this. I think it gets the town hall, and I don't know if it can reach that storage unit, but whatever, it does that, and then it starts banging on the wall, which is just ridiculous. That king is still up. I think it will go down in just a second to that cannon, unfortunately, but we still have like 3 dragons up, which is fantastic because it's very little different. And right now the queen is trying to fight through a wall. Look at right down here, there's 2 Teslas and a cannon that are so simple for her to get. In fact, there's a wall already broken open where she can literally walk right next to that, and finally does that, takes care of that wall, and then decides she wants to go down and take care of that. So she just really, really wanted to get that Archer Tower for some reason. But the Tesla is good. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. There's only a few seconds left. In fact, there's only 6 seconds left, and it's just not enough. Did not bring any minions for the back end, or did not bring any wizards or anything else. So it cost the 3-star. Still a really, really fantastic attack. And then the last one, I'm just going to show one of my attacks. I haven't done that in a while. I've actually been doing pretty decent. I think I'm 3 for 3 or 4 for my 4 last fresh Town Hall 9 hits. So we'll just go ahead and show this one, which is just a try-la loon, because I try a lot. Now it's 3 hounds instead of 4. So I bring 2 of my own and 1 in the clan castle, and then just a ton of loons. Very, very comfortable with this attack. It's just, I like it better than the quad-la loon that I actually put out. It's very similar. I just like the extra loons. Gives me a lot more versatility of my deployment and a lot more room for error. So, and that's exactly what I need. I need a lot more room for error. So we've got the queen, the king's doing his thing. I've already dropped the loon to go ahead and test to see if there are any air targeting troops in the clan castle. There are not, so we can continue to do this and bring the queen. I really wanted the queen to get both of those air defenses. This is a fresh hit, but I was unsuccessful with that. So you know, I got to take what I get. So I'm going to drop my La Lune portion of this attack already with tons of loons, because I've got to make it through the core. That's why I dropped so many loons in there, and I've got 3 more hastes and a rage and a heal. Drop that. That's a really important rage, because I really want to push these loons all the way to the opposite side of the base and take out the queen if possible. There we go. The enemy queen is down, and now I'm sending in some back end loons to take out those last 2 air defenses that are still up. Haste some of those loons in from 12 o'clock, and then that last hound pops, so I've got to haste in these loons at 9 o'clock to make sure they take out that air defense. Still have a heal in the back pocket. That's a great thing to have in your back pocket. Look at that. So they're going to take care of these wizard tower farms, standing in heal the entire time. I was going to use that a skelly trap for the queen, but since I didn't need to, since the pups took her out, it was a great job distracting that expo to focus on the skellies instead of those loons that are coming in. And now it's just about time for cleanup. So I've got a baby dragon cleaning up. Did not need it for the clan castle because I forget what it was. Actually, I don't know. We'll never know what it is unless we ask camps, because I don't think it was ever hit again and nothing ever came out of it. So just a really, really cool attack. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this war recap. Congrats to ByeForever. It was a good, fun war, and we want to give props to them. So go ahead and hopefully you take these attacks, get used to the compositions. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share them with your clanmates if you guys enjoy these videos and benefit from them. I'm sure they will as well. So I'm gonna do the war recaps, but go ahead and leave me some comments on whether you want to see them long or shorter. I still will continue to do ground attacks and air attacks from these wars, so you're not going to miss out on all the rest of the good attacks. But I think I'm going to keep these briefer, and even the next one is going to be even more brief because I'm not going to talk as much as I did on this one. So anyway, go ahead and practice those 6-star clan wars and get those 3-star attacks.